Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I hope this video finds you all doing well. Today we're going to be taking part in the lotl Axolotl collab with Crafty YouTubers United. It just so happens I got my axolotl mold in just a couple weeks ago, maybe a week ago. So I was able to participate. My granddaughter's birthday is coming up in October, and she's going to be 11, so I'm going to be making her 11 axolotls, so this will be the first. She's into the pastels, so I'm going to make her a pastel purple one. But I just wanted to show you the different line of the pastel colors by Haskins. It's paste, pigment paste, and you can get it on Amazon. And it's really good, and I'll put a link down below for it. So we got our resin mixed up. I've divided it. I've put a small amount in the little tiny cup, and I'm going to use the light purple, the pastel purple, in the resin that's in the small cup. And then I have some Picasso inks. I am in love with them, and I'm going to use their lilac just to give the other a hint of color. So we're going to get this mixed in. I apologize for my voice. I am still sick, but I'm trying to push through it. How's everybody been? I hope everyone's doing well. Now, there are multiple people as part of this collab. I edit on my phone, so I have no way of linking the playlist to my account. The playlist doesn't exist when I'm making this anyways, so. Or if it does, I don't know how to do it, so you'll have to forgive me. But please make sure you check out everybody who participated. They do put in a lot of effort and a lot of time in these collaborations, and I'd love to see everyone getting, good views for the amount of time they put into everything. But I'm add a little bit more of this purple paste because it's still just not the opacity that I want, because I did really start with just such a teeny tiny amount. It's amazing paste. I've had this paste for well over a year, I'm sure. Right around a year, because I think I got them around Easter last year. So but a little bit goes a long way. Just, I don't know. I think I'm going blind because sometimes my son said, "Mama, it was that color the first time," and I didn't see it the same color purple. So I think it was just, I tried to explain to him, but I needed it a little more opaque because of how little I used, and he don't deal with opaque and transparency, so that was a whole nother conversation and explanation in itself. So yeah, I'm gonna use this Picasso, and at first I grabbed the wrong color. I grabbed fuchsia. It looked purple, but I didn't think it's gonna be the shade of purple I want, and so I had to go back to my little organizer that I have my inks in now, which I will show you guys on the next video because I forgot on this video. Anybody who's looking for like the perfect slotted organizer for their inks, yeah, it's the orchid I'm going to use, not the lilac. I apologize. But the Picasso orchid I'm just going to use. I'm going to just put it in a few drops at a time until I get the desired color purple I want. But I will show you guys the organizers that I purchased. They're lipstick organizers. They're acrylic. You can get them that hold anywhere from 9 to good Lord knows how many. And they are perfect for your bottles of alcohol ink. And they make your space so neat and tidy because they sit flush against a wall. And yeah, I'll show them to you guys. That way, if anybody's still looking for a very tidy way to store their alcohol inks, yeah, I would say by far it's the best thing. I mean, I know you can buy that horrendous round mold on Temu. I know a lot of people have it, and it's just not for me because, like, you can't, being round, it just, isn't cohesive to any space. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, these lipstick storage containers, you can file them in a drawer. You can stack them against the wall. They're the most perfect thing, and the bottles fit beautifully in them. So I'm sorry I forgot to include it in this video, but I will definitely show it to you in my next video, which you'll probably see my next video before you'll see this video, because this one being for a collaboration, it'll be released on a later date. Now that I think about it. And excuse the buzzing of my phone. It's, I don't know. My bank alerting me that I got something charged to me. I need to check that out because I ain't done no shopping. But it might be a delayed notification. There we go. Use a little bit. In hindsight, I would have probably left this a little more translucent, but I'm still not mad at the way this turned out. I'm fully happy with the color it turned out. I never understand why the purples, you get kind of a weird, does anybody know what methylate is? That pinky orange stuff that, you know, your mom painted on your cut that burned to high hell, but left that horrible pinky orange. I've noticed with the purple alcohol inks, you kind of get a skin of that color across the top. That's that weird methylate color. It's methylate or mercurochrome. I think it goes by both names. But yeah, I ain't figured it out yet, but it doesn't affect your piece usually, so I'm gonna get this poured in here. Try to stop missing the mold. Make sure I squeeze his little axolotl horns. I don't know what they're called. I want a real axolotl so bad. My oldest daughter said they look like a booger with horns. I fully disagree. They do not. But we'll get him all filled up. Yeah, I'm just really giving those axolotl fringy thingies. I don't know what they're called. I'm gonna have to look up the anatomy of an axolotl. I don't know. Make sure I get his little legs and his little feet filled, his little tail. Make sure I push it into each of the little toeses. Toeses. Yeah, that's not a word. That is now. Screw it. Everybody's making up words these days. I'd say toeses is a word. No, that don't work. Well, darn, I tried. You can see the light coming in off of my patio. I should have opened my blinds. But yep, we'll get this fully filled, and then we're gonna go ahead and let it cure up, and then we will be back for the demold. Now I was terrified to demold this thing because all I heard was horror stories about how hard it was to demold, and I was not looking forward to the demold process. I'm not gonna lie, but we will be back. one more poke at the toes, and then we'll be back. I just want to make sure the toes are filled because the toes are very small and very fine, and I really don't want to have an air bubble anywhere in this little guy since it's a gift from my granddaughter. And I don't know if you guys can hear the background, but my kitty cat has decided he does not like that my door is closed while I do the voiceover because he wants to come in here and meow at me in my face rather than do it from another room. So he's going to meow at me from the other room because he can't come in here and meow in my face. Yeah, I think the cat needs therapy. I really think the cat needs therapy. Okay, we're going to let it cure, and then I'll be back once I clean up some of this mess to demold him. Yeah, I'll give him a solid 24 hours to cure up because I don't want the toes to bend or stretch, or I don't want the tail to stretch off. And it is kind of cool in my house. Kind of cool. It's 69 degrees in my house, y'all. We're homesick Eskimos. But I'll continue to squish the little ears to make sure the ears. Are those his ears? I wonder if those are his ears. Somebody let me know what the little pokey thingies are on the axolotl list so I can call it the right thing. But what if it was his ears? That would be weird. But I'm going to keep fiddling with this thing. And I'll make sure I get any potential bubbles out of it because, like I said, I don't want bubbles. Stop fussing with it. Stop fussing with it. Y'all have to forgive me. Apparently I just have to keep fiddling with it. Okay. We'll be right back, you guys. Okay. 24 hours later. And he's all cured up. And he seems to have changed colors when he cured. Or maybe it's just my eyes, but he does look like he definitely got darker when he cured. So I'm a little curious how the two different pigments, the alcohol ink and the pigment-based mixture, I'm curious how they blended and how they turned out. Like I said, I was terrified to demold this thing. I was like, oh, everybody says it's so difficult. Pleasantly, I did not have any issues, especially once I picked out where the excess had gone in and I could see what I was doing. He came right out of there with no problem. Thank God. I know. Demold his head first, of course, carefully, because demolding the tail the way the tail is just, I could see why doing it that way would be like extremely complicated. But you do definitely have to make sure that this little guy fully cures because of the little tendril thingies on his little head, because they could easily snap off, or easily, especially if it's soft, they could easily just stretch right off with no issues. So definitely, if you're using this mold, let it full cure before you demold. Oh my goodness, he's adorable. He's absolutely adorable. And his tail was still a little bit soft, so I needed to very carefully demold the tail, or I would have stretched one whole end of it off. And that wouldn't have been good. Oh, I do love how he turned out, how all the different colors just kind of streaked into each other. Yeah. Not bad for my first axolotl. My granddaughter's going to love him. Like I said, she's going to be 11. She loves the little guys. So I'm going to make her a set of 11 axolotls. And then when her birthday gets around in October, I will ship them to her. And it'll be Grandma's present. She will have 11 little axolotls. But I'm going to, now I do have little glass eyes, but I literally, and I have some that would fit this little dude, but I forgot to put the eyes in, so I'm literally just going to just line him in gold. In hindsight, I would have used silver, but it'll be okay. I can probably clean it off at a later date with some acetone and redo him in silver. And I couldn't find my fine tip pen, so the pen was just a whole situation. The cap fell off the top because the Let's Resin pens, the caps do not pop on the top and seal properly, so they're always kind of loose. And so the cap flew off, the cap disappeared, the marker had to go in the trash because apparently I have a portal somewhere in my crafting area that ate it, and I'm never going to see it again. I tore the whole area apart. Excuse me, I had a bubble in my throat. I tore the whole area apart. Did not find it. So my Let's Resin chrome gold chisel tip pen had to go in the trash, and it's okay because my sweet son bought me a set of 4 different color chrome pens from Resiners, and they're beautiful, and they'll be here. Well, he ordered them yesterday. They'll be here today, so I'm not mad. But yeah. The pen was an issue, but he came out cute. I'm not mad at him. I'm loving the little face that's on this. You all know I'm not a fan of Let's Resin products, but they are the only ones who sold this little mold. I have seen it available on Temu. Do not know if it's actually Let's Resin selling it on Temu, but it's more expensive on Temu, so I did go ahead and buy this from Amazon, straight from the horse's mouth, so to say. But yeah, he came out cute. I hope you found this video good. I will see you later. Glamour shots at the end. Bye-bye.